Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to another Celebrity Friday on Your View. I am Murayo Afola Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here. Hey, ladies.
Hello, Murayo.
Why are you looking nice and pink this morning? You're the only one that is bright. Well, actually, I'm bright too.
Yeah, you are bright. How
are you doing, YK?
I'm fine. I actually went to Uncle Rashid's burial yesterday.
Wow, fantastic.
I went. It was very touching, but I couldn't look at the body. I felt for his wife. Very
I saw
sad.
the pictures on the front page.
But something was brought to my attention this morning. GOC is very ill, and he's in the car park waiting for someone to take him to the hospital.
Today?
Yeah. They say his leg is swollen.
Really? Just now? Okay.
Just now. And everybody is running, giving him the run around. So I just thought maybe if I mention it on air, they will quickly run and take him to the hospital.
No, he's all right. We'll find out. I wish you had told me though before the program, so I would have sorted that out.
I had intended to say it when I got on set.
Yeah.
So because I intended to say it when I got on set, I
Okay. All right. How are you doing, Jimmy?
didn't remember
I'm
to tell
fine.
you.
7 days today without my phone, and I'm doing quite okay. You know how you think that you won't survive without your phone, but I'm very much okay.
You don't have your phone?
No, my phone was stolen last week Friday, during rehearsals.
Okay, you said so. Well,
You live.
I'll be okay. It's my mother's birthday today.
oh, happy birthday.
But my mother is not a birthday person. She's not.
Any
But
big
happy
age?
birthday, nothing.
And I just
Well, looking forward to the big 70 in a few years. She's 68 today.
Wow.
If I'm right, so in those days they did not have birth certificates.
68.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Uwa?
I'm very well, thank you. Something very crazy happened this morning when I was driving out of my estate. I got to the junction. A woman was standing by the roadside. Two guys on Okada came. We thought maybe it was like an accident, like they bumped into her. They were actually targeting to snatch her bag from her. So they tried it, but I think it failed, so they sped off. When former Governor Fashola banned Okada, a lot of people were raising, issues, saying, no, Okada, blah, blah, blah. But the truth is that I just thought about it. We are in the ember months. With all this recession, a lot of people have become more and more, desperate for money. So, and usually the quickest way to attack any victim, would be through Okada, at least to escape easily. So I'm just appealing to Governor Ambode, if there's a way to bring back those laws, for these Okada people, because they have gone around. Nobody is enforcing it anymore, because then police used to arrest all those Okada riders, because early morning
They still arrest them.
7 a.m.
They still arrest them. It's just that they collect settlements.
Arresting them these days.
It's they collect settlements.
Talking about Lagos Ibadan Expressway, I don't know what happened to that road this week. Even just yesterday, two trucks hit each other around that total where the roundabout, that U-turn to enter Magodo. And because of that traffic, I was like, what kind of...
May I tell you what the issue is? The road is closed for 10 days. And they already told us that road was going to be closed for 10 days. So people just need to drive more patiently.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we have to round
My
up.
brother went to Abuja yesterday.
And spent 60 hours on the road.
Oh, how do you know?
He put it on Twitter.
Okay, so you know.
All right, we have to run off. But we have we have to remember our news mention. Blisco is celebrating 170 years. And Your View ladies are also part of this celebration.
We are.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll look at the front pages of the newspapers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Right, let's start with the nation. 2.2 billion naira fraud. Ex-ICC man to try Supreme Court chiefs. That's the international courts, criminal court actually. They're going to go and get the best of the best to try the registrar in the Supreme Court for the 2.2 billion naira fraud. Right, CBN lifts manufacturing power with, they lift manufacturing power with $660 million forex. And flour mills, Nigerian breweries, Matrix Energy Ambassador and others will benefit from this money. Jonathan Obasanjo, IBB. Right. Jonathan Obasanjo, IBB owed 10 months pay.
Okay, what's the
Is that, we started with the nation.
Oh, we started with the nation.
Oh, I understand now.
Okay.
I'd like to take that Jonathan Obasanjo IBB owed 10 months salary, because you know we're talking about recession in Nigeria and how it affects everyone. And myself in particular, I'm always saying that 70% of our budget is recurrent. Anyways, our ex-presidents haven't gotten their salaries. You know, they get paid after retirement for 10 months because of paucity of funds. There's a particular vote set aside for them. They've continually tried to access funds from this vote, and the president has refused to sign, you know, for them to be paid from that vote. So they're being owed 10 months.
The SGF said it's not because he has refused to sign. It's an anonymous person that said he has refused to sign. The SGF said no, it's because there is no money.
There is no money. That is what they
there's no
and
money. That's why he's refusing to sign
apparently,
now.
yes, apparently there was a protest in Bayelsa because
Saying
Jonathan.
that Jonathan was not paid. And they're saying it's not only Jonathan, it's everybody.
It's
all of them have been
it's
owed.
everybody. Well, because of that, you know, I really even went to Google presidents in other parts of the world. They all actually collect pension.
Oh, of course.
Yes, they do.
Big,
now.
big amounts,
No, they do collect pension, but
so-
it is wickedness. When you hear the
outrageous.
amount of this is outrageous.
All
Tony
right,
Blair
we have
is like
to move on.
Everybody has the
1.3
right to
million
collect
pounds.
pension.
30 million pounds, Tony Blair.
Per
Annum.
Well, I'm happy for
Per annum now.
I'm happy.
Pounds,
I'm
30
happy
million.
for our the other companies that have been able to get forex for the raw materials, because that was a major issue for them. So CBN has been able to raise $660 million for them. So let's move on to the Punch. PDP differs as Buhari says corrupt Nigerians fighting government. The president isn't saying the truth about the so-called war against corruption, and he knows. Picture here of Governor Fayose. Was his birthday, and he was celebrating it on the streets of Ado-Ekiti. Right. Panic in Rivers as police disperse APC and PDP protesters. Controversy over Lagos boy burnt to death for stealing. Federal government ASU meets over the strike on Monday. Federal government owes Jonathan Obasanjo Shagari others 10 months allowances. Justice Unguta to be arraigned on November 21st. And federal government moves against agencies over financial abuse. So we'll talk about the Lagos boy in our hot topic because that's our hot topic. But this PDP defers as Buhari says corrupt.
Buhari went to go and tell our guys, America.
Visit us,
Yeah. Is it not what happened?
Let her establish.
He went to go and tell our guys, America, that see you, it's those people that are fighting me, they are not letting me do anti-corruption.
What the article said
Let me
was that there are
finish.
rich Nigerians who are using their money to fight his move against
he said the
anti-corruption
corrupt
drive.
people.
They are saying the same thing.
I don't mind her. She just wants to enter my throat.
Okay, let's move on to the next paper.
Let us finish the story now.
Okay, what happened?
They're not allowing him to fight. They're using their money to fight the corruption. They should help him more.
Moving on to Vanguard. Okay, that's not what the
Okay,
president-
so you didn't even establish the story well. So our president is in Morocco, where he met John Kerry, the Secretary of State of the United States, and in their conversation, he was saying that Nigerian corrupt officials are using the monies acquired through corruption to fight the anti-corruption policy.
Simple.
And the PDP are saying no, that is not the case, that he is not...
He knows the truth.
He's being vindictive in his fight
In his
against
fight
corruption,
against
that there are a lot of PDP members who
Moved to APC.
moved to APC and became saints.
Yes, ma'am. Very true. Just yesterday, Ojikalu
Moving on
moved
to Vanguard.
to APC.
$29.9 billion external loan. Saraki fires back at Fayose and others. Warns him not to trivialize serious national issues. Posterity will judge, says Fayose. Picture here of Dangote. He actually donated 250 million naira to University of Ibadan. Corruption's fighting back, but will win, Buhari assures. Federal government cancels JV cash calls with oil firms. targets $15 billion investment. Our refineries will be scrapped by 2019 unless federal government owes ex-heads of state 10 months' salaries and allowances. Rashid Gbadamosi buried amid eulogies. Buhari, Saraki, Ambodi, Oshoba, others paid tribute. Okay, so lots of
Kachuku
stories
is
here.
speaking. He was saying that currently the state of our refineries are like in a deplorable state, and that when Dangote completes his own refinery, and starts to produce, all our
It does look
equipment
like crap.
will look like crap. So except if the federal government is ready to privatize, the NNPC, that way there would be some form of revamping. Because I think about last week, they were, I don't know who was protesting against us exporting our crude and saying that no, they will not, blah, blah, blah. The truth is, if our refineries are not working, employment is not going to happen. So we need to focus on how we can sign a good agreement with private companies that are ready to take on the refineries and run it optimally, so we don't have to even import petroleum products.
All right, the Saraki was talking back at Fayoshi. Fayoshi was saying that your meeting here, you went to go and see the president. And don't let him influence you to change your stand on this $30 billion loan. And it's like, please, that is not what we discussed. We didn't have any conversation on that $30 billion loan. And these are national issues, and these are issues they discussed on the floor of the House, not in private meetings with Buhari.
Fayoshi is saying, is insinuating that he's being blackmailed. That the president is blackmailing Saraki, so his case will not come to court. But as far as I know, his case is in court, isn't it?
And the 30 billion has even been approved by the House of Assembly.
Exactly.
Right, moving on to Daily Sun. Federal revenue agencies stink. Picture here of the family and members of the late former Minister of National Planning, Chief Rashid Gbadamosi, at the burial yesterday. 19 died in Enugu Abakaliki Expressway crash. United Nations asked Nigerians to explain brutal mass evictions in Lagos. I wanted to read that story, but I couldn't find it. Condemnation trails Edo Assembly's approval of 200 million naira house for Shomoli. Ondo Guba Tinubu Aregbesola Oke seal power sharing deal, and 37 Boko Haram fighters nabbed in Lagos, Ogun, says army. Lots of stories here. This
so if they, Njumoke, if they protest and say, oh, why did you approve it? That is all we hear.
Approve what?
It has the 200 million for Governor Shomole now. That's all we hear.
No, we can keep up the momentum and make sure that it's reversed.
See,
we can. The citizens own the power.
Listen, I think it should be a national constitution where each state, do you understand, we probably from a federal level, this is what would be, let it be a well-documented, it is not left for the state to decide what they pay.
No, but you see, I think what Shumake is right. In this situation, the article I read was saying that Obaseki has an opportunity right now to show that he's people-oriented government, that this one is not in the interest of the people. So hopefully they can overturn this. And if the people can actually put their stand on this, hopefully.
I wanted to quickly mention that the UN asking Nigeria to explain the brutal mass evictions in Lekki. You remember that the Lagos State government in August gave residents of shanties, slums in Lekki a few weeks to leave. The UN is saying what makes these evictions particularly concerning is that they were carried out in blatant disregard of a court order and have completely ignored international human rights guidelines on forced eviction. Meaning that even if somebody is a squatter somewhere, he has his human rights. So Lagos State shouldn't have forcefully evicted them, regardless of that there was a court eviction asking for stay of the eviction.
All right, interesting. So we'll follow up on that story.
Then the headlines.
The revenue agency stinks. Yeah, they're saying that the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Education Committee were saying that, listen, these guys are in fact, they are eating us dry. They've made about 1.5 trillion, of which 90% of that was used on recurrent.
Can you imagine?
Salaries,
to pay themselves fat salaries.
Traveling, medical bills, the whole works.
You see where we have a problem.
So they need to clean up. They need to clean up these revenue agencies, pretty much. All right, that's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we return, we conclude our conversation on this mob killing that happened, this with alleged teenager yesterday. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Mali, wake up. Mister, up. So wait,
Live with intention.
Africa is definitely on the rise.
Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. Yesterday, we talked about the jungle justice that was meted out on a young boy for stealing. Now, there are new reports and developments to the story as we now have a better understanding of who the victim was. So we ask, was mob killing of a young boy justifiable? It's Your View. Call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. So we had this emotional show yesterday where the outrage was, oh, the 7-year-old boy was killed, and then later on, as the day went by, we now realized new versions started coming up. A young man was saying that, oh, that Lafia bus stop was prevalent for thieves to actually stab people to get your phones and all that, and that the boy is likely one of the victims, one of the thieves that they used to
stab his brother.
Probably stabbed his brother. And so there are different versions, and then some say, oh, now we understand. And the question is just jungle justice the way to go? Let me let Jumoke.
Now, this is your version. I got it while we were on the show yesterday. Okay. I was a little distracted trying to read it. The young man in his tweets, about 35 of them, was saying that if you have experienced what these young boys do to people in that Alafia bus stop, you will not pity him, and recounted how his own brother was killed, that he was going with his friends, he was holding onto his friend's phone, he was stabbed, he ran to his friends, collapsed, they took him to the hospital, he was dead on arrival, that till now, his mother, once he doesn't pick his own phone, she's jittery. So people, when you read stories like that,
don't forget to add that when his mother heard that the boy had been killed, she was happy.
No, that's a different one.
No, when she heard this boy was lynched.
Oh, this
she
young
said
boy.
Yes. She said
maybe the spirit of the boy was not resting. Yeah.
So many people say that in that area, young boys in their teen age, they do these things. They come up to you in a mob. In fact, if you don't give them what they want, they either stab you or push you over the bridge,
exactly.
And that their victims die. And so when you've seen that, you will not pity them so much. But this is what I say. You see, why we have a justice system is so that everyone is heard in courts. Even if he has killed 500 people, gather the evidence, hand him over to the police and take him to court. Many people say, you take him to the police and the next week you see him walking free on the streets.
Exactly. That's it. Yes, right here.
You see, if that place is notorious, I blame the Nigerian police. If that place is notorious, there is no reason why there are no policemen patrolling that area, since we know. Because that is the only way to prevent crime. Is when you know that a place is notorious, you have armed people patrolling the place. Yeah. So the police will take the blame for this kind of
but is it possible?
Atrocities.
We got our news, a press release from the police yesterday concerning saying that I don't know
they said no such thing happened. And,
in Lagos, they're not even sure it happened in Lagos State.
They have also opened an investigation and they left phone numbers that if people have useful information, they should send, which is a good thing. It's commendable. But the truth is, if we had not talked about it, I said this morning when I came in, I was listening over the radio. It was all over the papers. You know, people were talking about it. I said, if we didn't talk about it, it would have just been, another thing that just happened. Now, what YK said is critical for me. Now you know that this area is notorious. There's something they call crime mapping. You understand? You will see that most police vans are stationed in places where it is where it's volatile. That you know that crime always happens. Now you can't just wake up and say, I will still hold the local government chairman. I will still hold whoever is the ballet community leader in that area. It is not your job is not to be collecting government whatever and be eating fat. This is where you are needed as a leader in the community. But if this voice, Murayo, had, you know, we were at the Excellence in Leadership Conference. I remember one of the speakers was talking and he played a video. It sounded comical when the tout was talking. And he was saying that I am not a corruption or something. And he was saying that he is a barber. But you see, there is no light, there is nothing. So he's not even empowered. That if the government, he made it funny that if the government can empowerment us, we were laughing, but he was making very valid sense.
Let me take this call from Ojodu. Good morning, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Samalik, yes, thanks for calling.
Yeah, I don't think Jogo justice is the best. You see, the decadence in our society these days, starting from our homes, contributes a lot to what we are seeing in society now. There was a time ago, boys of 40 years old were sentenced to death. The so-called human rights campaigner went to the street, campaigning that they should be released. Then the question is, how did they get the weapon they used to go and rob? If the police, I repeat, is working, such juveniles should be handed over to the police and be treated the way they should be. I am not in support of jungle justice.
All right, thank you very much, Samali. Thank you very much. Because I was talking to somebody, YK, yesterday on this matter. Somebody saying, the reason why, well, this is somebody's point of view, that the reason why we don't have crime or crime is reduced in certain areas is not so much because of the police. People don't fear the police because they know you can always pay your way. Now, maybe the old police, because I know the police now, they've reformed the police today. We're having new people coming in. But the perception was that the fear is the jungle justice. People are afraid that you'll be burnt to death. Not because you're going to be thrown to jail, because they know they can always get around to the police. Sometimes, according to what the report I heard, the person I was saying yesterday, that they always feel like even the police are supporting some of these armed, not today's police, as I said. Let me correct myself, because today's police, I know they are reforming the force.
It is what's it called?
The mentality,
the mindset. Somebody that is not informed. If that boy that the brother was stabbed, gathered this mob to the ballet's place or the local government chairman's place, a solution would have been found.
They fish out the people.
You know, because we are attacking the wrong person. When a crime happens, we focus so much on, okay, this is what has just happened. We don't check what led to this. There's a build-up. Now, we can hold on to this guy because he stabbed one person. What about the person that sits in an office and types in numbers and embezzles billions of naira that people die on the road because that road was not fixed? Do we understand who are the real criminals here?
Yeah, that is where the frustration comes. But I also have a problem with the statements made by the police. The police said that they are still investigating and that they are not sure that this thing happened in Lagos State, so we should stop saying Keniko. Now, I want to ask them, have they forgotten that they are national police? That even if it happened in Kutuwenji, is their responsibility?
Okay, I think I have the police PRO on the phone right now. Good morning, are you there?
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Delakwa Batmas. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good morning.
Yes.
How are you all?
Very good.
Fine, thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So, what's the update on this jungle justice that happened on Wednesday?
Yeah, like the commander had released a statement stating that, we are still investigating. Like you all know, this came about on social media.
Yes.
We saw the report on social media. And then we immediately moved. In fact, we saw the report, I think, on Tuesday night. I first saw the picture. I saw it on the social media. And there was no caption for the picture.
Okay.
And I was analyzing it. But, you know, I was not too concerned about it because there was no clue. But then by Wednesday morning, it has come up with a caption, 7-year-old killed because he stole Gary in Lagos. And I was like, we moved into action, started to indicate. There was first, it's from Badagry, and then we moved all out to Badagry, We couldn't locate, and then another report came. It's in Orile, and we moved. And then when it's coming like Orile, then the commissioner of police decided to activated all the response team in Lagos State to actually find out wherever he is pointing towards Lagos State. And up to now, you will agree with me, there has been all sorts of versions about the story. But the particular thing there and the constant fact is that his life has been taken through mob action, which is not permitted.
Okay.
But there are ways we analyze, because while I was listening, there is, people will always want to come back to police. This jungle justice has happened because police will refuse to take action, because police, when you take them to police, they will release them. But I've always tried to challenge people that give us example of, like the analysis we are having that this young man is a member of gang that are terrorizing that area. That's an information. We are still working on that. But what we're saying is, has anyone ever come out to tell you that when they bring them to police, they will release them?
Okay. All right.
Those are times we charge them to court. And you will agree with me that all of these, under our constitution, are bailable offenses. And then when you take them to court, they have rights to bail.
Yeah.
And because they are always criminally minded, immediately they are granted bail, they go back to that.
Exactly.
Bail does not signify that it has ended the case.
Yeah.
It means that the case
All right.
continues.
Hang in there 1 second, please. Yes, one.
Yes, excuse me, ma'am. The area is supposed to be very notorious. I'm wondering why we don't have police
stations there.
Because apparently a lot of people have died there. So I'm wondering why there are no policemen stationed there.
Well, Yenny, we cannot have police station at every spot.
No police station. Police protection.
You agree with me that we cannot have police station at every point?
I know that.
What we have is police presence at every area.
Okay.
We cannot have station at everywhere.
So the Alafia bus stop is notorious. That Alafia bus stop. Gongo.
You will see where people have even mentioned that if this actually happened in Lagos, you see the RRS vehicle everywhere.
Exactly, yeah.
But that's another thing. The police are national police. If it happened anywhere in Lagos, in Nigeria, it's still the police responsibility.
Is she still there?
The policemen are everywhere, and it's not a matter of the station.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We have to go on a break. Unfortunately, we can't continue this conversation. Thank you very much, Mr. Lakubadnos. We'll continue to follow up on the story because jungle justice cannot stay in Lagos State. We don't want that. That's not the way to go about it. At the same time, people need to understand, in Nigeria, you're right. But people also need to understand that the police will help them solve the security issues in their neighborhood. So once the police can make that clear to us, hopefully people will stop taking the avenue of jungle justice, all right? Let's take a break. When we come back, our celebrity guest is in the house. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. We have Femi Durojaiye. He's a veteran Nollywood actor who has been making waves as a director, producer, presenter, and administrator. He's a multi-talented actor who has played different roles in different movies, soap operas, and television series. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Goodness, how have you been?
Well, fine.
Yeah.
The average, fine.
We see.
Just like every other Nigerian in this time.
So, well, we see you a lot in soap operas, a lot of movies. How is the industry? In fact, let us get to know you. When did you start? How did you start off your career in the movie industry?
I started, I think in the year 1987. I went to join a theater group at Monicom, Modern Africa Theater Group. I wanted to learn how to act. I was an undergraduate at that time, but I took time off to learn, and that's where I started. I used to tell people my career preceded what we know now as Nollywood. I've been acting
Before Nollywood.
Before Nollywood, before living in bondage, so to say.
What do you mean by living in bondage?
That's a Nollywood theme. It was like a watershed.
Yes. Okay. I love your shirt. First, let me just...
Thank you very much.
I just love it.
I like bright things. Okay, now, so since you've been acting right now, how have you been able to, because we know you a lot I see a lot in soap operas actually, instead of movies. So how do you prefer to act in soaps, or do you do more movies now, which is more challenges for you?
As far as I'm concerned, it's the same thing. It's the job that comes, now you go do, so to say. Yeah, I think it's just like that. You get called for different kinds of job by producers. I came from Ife. I went to shoot in the village of Ife. Not that Ife is a village, I went to shoot in Ife. I just came back 2 days ago. The traffic, I slept throughout yesterday, recovering.
That traffic yesterday was crazy.
It
was demonic, as you picking
I know for acting, a lot of Royal keeps saying that if we change the narrative in Nollywood, I think we will go a long way with helping this economy, helping Nigeria change as well. For you, how do you select your scripting? Because we project a lot of negativity, you know, with roles that we play. We project a lot of things, and eventually we see it play out. Most of the things they say, okay, it's based on true life stories and all that. But do you have, like, you know, preference in the kind of scripting that you pick, so you are able to, you know, not just act but impact lives?
I'll tell you the truth. I'm too old now to mind words. As an actor, you do the script you are given. You are not the producer. So, except there's another source of income, you do the script that you are given. Now, let me talk about negative things coming up in our films, etc., etc. I live in Ikorodu. I see sacrifices every day in Ikorodu. So if we show sacrifices in our film, we are reflecting our society.
Which kind of sacrifice?
The one, not human sacrifice.
The junction
one.
Oh.
You see it everywhere in Lagos.
Ebo.
It's called Ebo. You understand? If you show it in our film, will you say that it's negative? It depends. Every film, every soap opera, they have a message. They are trying to tell us something. If you see an armed robber and he's succeeding at the beginning of the play, know that his end will not be good. The actor, the producer, they are trying to tell the society something. This does not pay. This does not pay. You know.
I totally agree with you, because, and I keep having this argument with these ladies, because they keep saying, America don't show, but America shows
violence.
Their own violence. What happens in their own society. The same way, and that is why, you see, anywhere you go in Africa, Nollywood films are very, very popular. And why? Because every one of them is seeing it in their own lives. It happens in their own lives.
That's the problem.
So where do we now change
it? That's the problem, because they're telling you what you already know.
No.
Somebody got to tell you, someone got to paint a new picture for you, because the reality of what you see is being reinforced in the movies. And that's where my argument is. Somebody got to see, for those of us that watch Hollywood movies, this is where I come from. These Hollywood people paint this beautiful America.
They don't.
To Africans. Yes, they do. They paint how beautiful
FBI,
not Hollywood
extent,
is.
yes.
FBI catches Osama bin Laden in 24 hours.
Yes.
Jack Bauer jumps over and jumps down, and we're happy, and he's an actor.
Yes.
They sell this beautiful story of how Americans are the first world. And we assume, and we all want to rush there.
Yeah.
But you see, when you now get there, you realize that it's taking them 10 years to find Osama bin Laden. It's taking them forever to even clean up the streets. So you now realize that, you know what, the reality they've sold to Africans is not the real.
No,
so I'm saying, you Nigerians, instead of rehashing what we know, that the Ebo that we know, telling us, oh, we have Ebo, why don't you create a new, let us see how you solve problems without Ebo.
Okay. Did you hear what he said? Sorry, did you hear what he said?
Yes.
He said that they will, at the end, something positive always happens.
It's predictable. Let me tell you again. Okay. That's predictable.
Now, I agree that the actor, the film, must show the way for the society. Exactly. It's not enough to reflect the society.
God bless you. Point taken.
Look at the Nigerian police. I've played a lot of police roles.
Yes.
I always play the good cop. These days now, I play the cop that collects money at the end. But of course, at the end of it, you show the person will go to prison. No doubt about that. Or else, television stations will not take it, censors board will not allow those films, you know. Yeah. But the thing is that Nollywood must advance. We must show the future, how it can be.
God bless you.
We must go. You see, the major problem in Nollywood, and I say it everywhere I go, is the script. We don't know how to screenplay. That's the problem. We don't know how to tell stories. Watch an American film. From the beginning to the end, you are glued to your seat. And if you want to go and take a leak, you pause. It's designed to be so. I think that producers, especially those who are established in the industry, in giving back to the society, they should try and train script writers. It is so important. It's so critical. If we don't have enough script writers, good, well-trained screenwriters, Nollywood will not advance. It's as simple as that. Nollywood won't advance.
Okay. You read food technology in Yaba Tech and Federal Polytechnic Bauchi. You are a true Lagosian because you are Surulere bred.
Yes, just like this one, Elliot.
One of your Nigerian mentors is RMD. I like your passion on how you say that Nollywood must change, Nollywood. But we see lots of people come with just sound bites. My initial question was going to be how you decided that rather than food tech, I'm going to be an actor. But as an actor now, what are you contributing to Nollywood to take it to the next level? That place where you think it must be in, what are you doing to take your trade to that level?
Good question. I like that question. I've been looking for how to talk about this. Now, as of today in Actors Guild of Nigeria, that I'm a member of, I'm the national secretary.
Okay.
In Lagos, anybody can accuse me of anything. In Lagos, we have had 5 successive chairmen of Actors Guild of Nigeria, and they are all Igbos.
Okay.
If they have taken us forward, it could have been okay. But they are the worst set of people ever to be in Actors Guild of Nigeria.
Why? I take exceptions to that.
No, I'm coming. Wait.
Okay.
If Actors Guild of Nigeria in Lagos had been populated by the Dumota Igbo marketers, wonderful. Actors will be working. But these ones that have been in Actors Guild of Nigeria as chairman, they have no vision. They're not going anywhere. So I say, okay. Some people tell us that Lagos is no man's land, and I laugh. Lagos, the capital has been taken away from Lagos to Abuja. It's Abuja that is no man's land, right? Here, in Actors Guild of Nigeria, we are going to make a change. And it's simple. From now till thy kingdom come, the Executive Council of Actors Guild of Nigeria in Lagos will be populated by the Yorubas.
Why? Why is it
okay, now, wait. Let me
you're speaking to the wrong people because we are not tribalists on this thing.
I know.
It's not about tribe.
Wait, let me land now. It is not, you see, on the surface, I always get reactions like this until you know why I decided.
Okay, please, why?
But you are from Edo State, though.
Originally from Edo State.
You're not a Lagosian. I have a right to kick your ass out.
No, wait now. Wait. Now, my decision is purely economical.
Okay.
There's nothing tribal about it. If you say Yoruba is in Actors Guild of Nigeria, the Executive Council Actors Guild, what about in the East? They are all Igbos in the Executive Council. Is it tribalism?
Because it's not a metropolitan city in the East. Yorubas don't dwell there.
Wait.
But here we have Igbos and Yorubas dwelling in peace.
Okay. And in fairness, the Igbos actually practically the moving industry in the movie industry.
Now, let me just talk.
Let's be fair.
Now, when we have the Yorubas there, we'll be able to access government. We'll be able to access Yoruba businesses. There is no way, except we are lying to ourselves, that Igbos leading Lagos we access Alausa is a lie. They have tried it, did not work. We intend to access Alausa, get funds to start doing films. Recreate what is happening in the East.
Femi,
yes.
Do you know that Lagos State House of Assembly has an Igbo man representing one of our local governments?
True. Absolutely true. But look at the political configuration of Lagos. I'm a practical person. I will not dance around. See, the governor is Yoruba. It's a metropolitan place, right?
Yes.
The governor is Yoruba.
Yes.
The deputy governor is Yoruba. The speaker is Yoruba. The deputy speaker is Yoruba. The commissioners are Yoruba.
Yeah, because we
you
are...
See, that's what I'm saying. See, you no
let's
other tribe
let's go on a
can
break.
go
Let's go
and
on
say
a
they are
break.
leading Yorubas and they go to allow. So they won't answer
No,
you. So answer us that are Yorubas. Let us have funds. Let us do things so that our people
personally
can get jobs.
I need to take a break.
Okay.
But I would rather have you say that this is the criteria your group, your own group, these are the things you want to do. These are the things. These are the things you want to do when you become the president of the Actors Guild. Not say, oh, put me in because I'm a Yoruba and it's my entitlement. No, that's the problem we have. The entitlement thing is the problem we have. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
I'm sorry, I don't seem to recognize any of the women in these pictures. Well, except that of his secretary.
There's no other picture that catches your eye?
No, except for the ones of my sons and myself.
Okay.
What is this?
This is a record we got from your husband's mobile phone service provider.
Okay.
It contains the numbers that called in and the numbers he returns frequently. We are trying to match the numbers with the text messages to see which one strikes out.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Okay, let me start with Uwa.
Police is your friend.
Police is according to his own character, yes. Yes, Uwa.
I see your passion. I feel it, from the way you're talking about it. But the truth is, I believe that change happens from little bits. Now, outside the fact that you're bringing forth, okay, these people have from a certain tribe and they've not done so well. What are your intentions, Just let's leave the tribal sentiments aside. What are your intentions when you go into governance? What do you think you can do better outside the access to Alausa?
Now, everybody knows that government, they are the biggest spender. Apart from meeting businessmen to give you money to do things. The truth is, producers are not, film producers, they are not going to have one great meeting and say, let us increase the fees of the actors. It's not going to happen. That's why I'm saying, let's access big money. Let's be doing films. Let all actors be working year in, year out. If Actors Guild of Nigeria in their film or in their soap opera, they are paying you 20,000 or 50,000 per scene. A producer calls you outside and wants to give you 5,000 naira. You are empowered already. You will say no. That's what I want to create in the Southwest.
Let me take this call. Sorry,
okay.
I need to do a follow-up. I think it's Kolade. Good morning. Kolade, yes, thanks for calling.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Kolade. I'm calling from Ijere Kurudu.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I do watch this Femi Durojaiye film. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you.
And also, I also want to talk about that jungle justice you guys talked about.
We don't have a lot of time for that.
So I wanted to ask a follow-up question. Because the reason I asked this question is it just about the money? Because I think empowerment is beyond money. Empowerment is much more than that. Is there a bigger goal? Okay, is there a vision that you're working towards? Because you're saying that the Igbo guys are visionless. What is your own vision? Apart from just saying you're empowering them to make money, because I don't believe money is empowerment.
Yeah, so what's the vision?
See, Igbo guys are not visionless. Those who have been chairmen of Lagos, we are visionless. Is it not Igbo marketers that gave big boosts to Nollywood?
True.
Wonderful people. But the truth is, to actors in Lagos, Nollywood, English films have moved from Lagos to the east. That's the fact. What do we do here as actors to bring back the jobs? It's not just for Lagos, it's for the entire Southwest. When I'm through with Southwest, I go to the South, replicate the same things. Okay. It is the indigenous that can access their government.
Let me take the call from the UK. Olalekan, are you there?
Yes.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
All right. My contribution is, Mr. Femi Durojaiye, I think, is very direct. Although Nigeria what we want is people who are lying, who are not saying the truth. And that is the problem we have. Because if you can see, Lagos State, which asks federal government for the 1%, and which they refused the Lagos State, is the Igbo people in the House of, in the Senate, and some few Hausa people, which they are refused that 1% when they shout, when the Senator Olureb Tinubu asked for that 1% in Lagos State. And that is the problem we have in Nigeria, the problem of tribalism. I understand.
Thank you very much, Olaliko. I mean, I'm even shocked.
May I move on from this tribe thing?
It's not tribal. It's an economic decision.
He's telling you that it is not tribal.
It's not tribal.
It is economical.
How is it economical? I'm sorry, Wike, I don't get it.
Okay, now when I'm through with Southwest, putting the people that their governments know, right, as the leaders of Yorubas in their guild, I will go to the South.
How is it more economical doing it that way?
Okay. When I say the economic aspect of it is this, it's just a little political correctness. What do we want to do? Assess funds. Legislators, I will tell you, they have constituency projects. None of them is investing in movie production. Do you know the number of legislators we have in Lagos? If every one of them, give us 3 million, every one of you, we will create jobs in Lagos. We create jobs in Ogun State. We create jobs. Not 30, just 3 million.
We have 10 of them. That's 30 million.
That's 30 million. We create jobs in Lagos. We create jobs in Ogun. We create jobs in Ondo. We create jobs everywhere. English film production. That's what we want to do. Yoruba, we are doing Yoruba films. But we want to do English films so that we can compete with what is happening in the East. They are doing well in the East. They are far ahead. How can we make the West produce English films that will rival them? How can the South produce English films that will rival? The end result is jobs for the actor. Actors are suffering.
I wanted you to talk about your Project 100, which is you empowering the people who do not have a platform. We're almost running out of time. Can you quickly talk about
Project
that?
100 is basically, as I said, an economic thing. Look, instead of running around, it comes to the same thing. Instead of running around throughout the year, not getting a job.
Like headless chickens.
Yes. Maybe you get one thing, they pay you 1,000 naira, that does not take you home. Okay, I say, look, young people, come together. Every one of you, go and hustle for 35,000 naira. You have 3.5 million. You can do a film. You can get roles. Not just that, you will learn how to produce. You will be at the back of the camera. You learn how to produce. Then when you are acting, you know how to produce, and then you want to go and form your own company, we support you. We give you money. We give you everything that you need to succeed.
So when you are saying English films,
yes,
English films, you are not being tribalistic. You will have Igbo actors, Hausa actors.
Actors in Lagos are English, they are Yoruba, they are all tribes. It's for them.
Okay.
I just want political correctness.
Let's take a few tweets and run out.
Olis29 says, Femi Durojaiye, as an executive member, I would prefer you focus on screenplay rather than rock the system. Olatunje says, Actors Guild of Nigeria, not Actors Guild of Lagos. Roger that. We can all work together to redeem the bad image. Kuti Malik says, the anti-piracy laws we have must be rejigged. Harsh punitive measures must be introduced to bring in sanity. Eman Weke says, I used to have respect for this man until this showed that he's a tribalistic person. Samuel says, Ambode and his security...
Please let him answer that one now.
We need to rush up.
Because he's saying he's not tribalistic.
So he's saying he's made
it is not. It's an economic decision.
It's an economic decision. All right, we have to round up on that. That's all we can take on the show. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming, sir.
Thank you very much.
Let's have a wonderful weekend. See you Monday.